Hi Taurus, welcome to your July 2025 wealth story check-in. So we're going to go ahead and see kind of where you're at in your relationship with abundance, prosperity, wealth, and kind of your centers of joy and happiness. Time stamped below if you don't want to watch the process. Otherwise we'll get into the charms here. Oh, right away. Okay. So we'll see anything else that they want to drop. I do feel movement, so I'll come down a little bit here. Okay. Move around the chart, see what they want to talk about this month as it relates to you feeling fulfilled, like I was saying, happy, joyful, wealthy, not wanting for anything, content with where you're at. Okay, I was feeling movement up here, so we'll stay up here. Okay, let's see if I can find, there's movement. I'm just trying to see where, okay, there we go. Anything else? No, I guess not. Okay. All right. Let's see. This lets me kind of tune in here. Got some history affecting you. Maybe it's history with wealth. Your kind of financial history maybe is looming over you a little bit here. I wonder why it's sitting like that. It wants to, but well, yeah, we have the past here, so history. Okay, definitely some closure here, so probably need to, just kind of walk away. Sometimes we need to find a way to kind of release experiences, especially as it relates to career paths, depending on how your career path has been. We've got some peace and transformation up here as well. Okay, let's get the cards. More clarity, additional messaging. Let's see for Taurus, July 2025 wealth story. Where are we at? What do we need to talk about? Focus on? No, right? Just be aware of, be prepared. I feel like we might have 4 piles of cards, which is fine. See here how they want them. I'm not if they're on camera, so maybe up here. Get me to kind of dig a bit for you. Okay. So a bit to talk about here. Okay, where am I tuning in? Do a little bit of a timestamp as well for anybody skipping this part as I kind of feel where we want to go here. We got a little bit more messaging than the other readings in this group. I did Aquarius, Libra, and Virgo. So far, kind of the theme has been getting full fulfillment. I think I'm actually down here. Let's start down here. See where the career path is going right now. If you're unemployed, this is sort of the next step. If you're retired, again, it's just the next step. It's career is where we spend the second kind of bulk of our time, right? It's one of our sources of revenue as well. So really just anything that's a source of revenue. There's a bit of a standstill here. So there's a passion, something that's made with love. So something you're very passionate about, whether that's the industry you're currently working in, could be a hobby, just something that you're really interested in, or a value, a moral or a value that you like your career to align with. There's some kind of standstill here though, or you've been in a delay, lack of momentum, really. You might be still moving up the ranks, there might be professional growth, but I feel like it's been feeling kind of just slow or just too routine and structured. You might be in a place where, it automatically is triggered, every 2 or 3 years, you're introduced into another tier. But your career path is heading, right? Where is it going now? So if you're currently in this standstill with a passion, hopefully where it's going now is breaking free of this standstill. I wouldn't want to, I'd hate to flip over these cards and see more standstill here. Yeah. So exactly what I didn't want to see. And you saw me flip this card around twice. Usually I don't read it at all in the inverse, but as I was flipping it around, it wasn't the Wheel of Fortune they wanted me to focus on. It was this expression within the wheel. So sort of this, there's this delay again. There's right? He's at the fortress edge. You're ready to go, and there's another delay, another frustration. So yeah, where you're headed is nowhere fast right now, unfortunately. July 2025 is not a month of momentum for you. I'm trying to not be a downer here. I don't like those kind of readings. But you're looking at something. Where you're going. You're looking at something. Where are you going? Let's go ahead. Let's see where you're going then. Let's see where this is headed. I'm going to go straight up, because I'm immediately drawn up here. This abundance coming to you now. So where your current state is, just financially, your source of revenue, what you're doing, as it relates to fulfillment here, a passion, something that brings you great joy. You're just at a standstill, right? No real fast movement. Like I was saying, slow growth here, right? It's a sunflower. So, but you've still got this outlook. And then I come up here to what you're attracting to yourself now, which is abundance that's coming in. So this charm's all about fulfillment. So getting the other half of your heart here. So your passion getting reignited, or somebody with the same passion, same interest coming in. So it could be a bond. So it's your passion gets, twice as big, because now you get to talk about it and enjoy it and kind of live it more. And there's this beautiful control. You're going from this standstill, kind of holding your world, and then you're controlling the entire universe here. You're going from just the globe, and maybe that's where you're looking. You're like, maybe that's why I see this standstill. I've mastered this. I've achieved all that I can here, right? Maybe that's the delay, the wall, which happens. I've done everything I can, even if it's retirement coming up. I've done everything I can. So what's this new passion? Where am I going next? Maybe that's why I see her so contemplative here, right? I was just seeing her thinking. I wasn't seeing her sad or anything. It was just kind of What's next? And then you're like the master of your universe here next. That's what's next. You know, you're finding that fulfillment. You're reigniting that passion, or you're finding that companion, that partner. And it's going to be unexpected, kind of this transformation, this movement, this sudden wind to kind of lift your butterfly up here. It's unexpected, but it's fated because, you know, this is the kind of a beautiful peace dove here from our loved ones, our angels. So a fated kind of shift in events here that allows you to have more control, like a reward after, you know, a period of patience, right? Like I was saying, there's a lot of patience in slow growth, patience in putting your time in, right? Kind of going back to this retirement, I don't know if there's a lot of Tauruses that are going to be watching this video that are heading into retirement, but or are a few years out of retirement, but away from retirement. But there's like this, like that reward, right? You put in your, I don't know what it is, 25, 30 plus years, and you're coming out here with your retirement package, your pension, whatever it might be. Well, yeah, look at the work, right? I was seeing the slow growth, right? Kind of climbing up here, moving up the ranks, building things together. And then look at you at the top here as the expert, right? Now you're the boss. Now you're the one teaching. Now you're the one showing. And this is your team, right? They're building the scaffolding. They're handing the tools up to you here. You know, if this is retirement, this is the time that you now have to yourself to pursue what you want to do next, you know, wherever that is. We have the beautiful angel wings letting me know that your intuition, your gut, your intuition, you know exactly what this message is trying to tell you, what this message is trying to relate to you with regards to this standstill, this time, this effort that you've put in order to unlock and be the one to be controlling the universe. Like I said, this transformation, right? Let's see what side. Maybe I'll just put it over here. All connected. All one message. Okay. Maybe that's why I was seeing the experience over here in the intro. I was drawn into this corner about this sort of history, change in perspective, but this is also my abundance charm, my wealth charm. So a change in wealth coming with a change in perspective, or just a change, the transformation in wealth. But history. So what was kind of slowing you down, the sort of lengthy period here, sort of a slow turn of your wheel of fortune that you just kind of went through. But you gathered so much knowledge and wisdom and experience during this period that you're bringing forward here in your notebook here, your soul notebook, your notebook of life. So right now, you know, if you feel like you've been just low energy, just kind of slow lately, it's because you've been gathering all this experience and knowledge and wisdom that you need, all these different perspectives that you need in order to go ahead and move forward and collect all this wealth. We do have the past as well. I did say that in the intro, kind of the past with the past kind of having an impact on you. Maybe that's what was kind of slower growth here, kind of letting past experiences, projecting, making assumptions, setting expectations, and you kind of coming out of that period, right? You've had your aha moment, you've released all that energy. You don't kind of move forward that way anymore, because you're already headed out. Like my looking for something is already moving out of the tile. So the fact that I was over here saying you've already had that moment, you're headed to this opportunity, a new beginning. I am seeing the closure here, so the letting go, right? I was saying here, the ability to bring forward those experiences but not dwell on them. You're going to unlock this new opportunity, and it's very quick, right? This suddenness in the change of your energy, which I already saw over here with the going from just the world to the entire universe. That's a really big shift in energy. You know, going from a slow, patient, growing sunflower to this beautiful butterfly that can now take off. So, you know, you've got some really quick moving, accelerated energy in both the transformation and your stallion here. So a nice shift in energy coming up here as you kind of reflect back and gather the experiences and kind of all the knowledge from that, but you're not holding on anymore. There's no grudges there. Yeah, look at the shift in the mindset, right? We're going from, you know, grumpy Gus here, right? And where's he standing? Behind the wall, right? He's ducked down. You're ready to leap over the wall here. So shifting from this energy of just kind of patience again. I'm not really feeling struggle. I'm just feeling patience, like just having to wait, delaying, you know, things put in your way. And then now you have this freedom, completely different outlook, different mindset. You're in control again, right? Master of the universe here. You're juggling your balls. You're putting them in whatever order you want them in. You're already stepping out of that emotional space. Again, I wasn't really reading into the emotion too much because you're already out of that. You're already quite stable here. We saw that here, the calmness, you know, your frustration transformed into a more calm patience, frustration to a more calm patience, because you realize this is an opportunity. This is a period of change, of shifting. You shifted your perspective. You realize this was part of the journey, right? Your searcher dog here. You realize that these past experiences were just part of the journey. So, like I was saying, I was seeing closure here. Quick change here in your energy. Shift in your energy. Beautiful shift in energy. So up here, I'm seeing that wealth of knowledge here with my large wisdom turtle here. This is your soul coming in with the, you know, all your notebook essentially on its back. It's also a big shift again. So we have a quick shift here, and then we have a profound shift. And it's news you needed to receive today, right? News you needed to receive now is that this shift is possible. It's coming. And I don't like, it's quite nice to see the bookend here, the acknowledgement, right, from your angels, from your loved ones, from your soul energy, that you have been in this long waiting period. You know, I don't want to use the word drought, like a financial drought. I don't think, I mean, I don't know what everybody's story is, but just sort of this really long, slow kind of period, right? Even the turtle moves, you know, on land, it's known for the slow and steady kind of movement. And again, the slow and steady helped you collect a wealth of experiences, a wealth of knowledge that's going to lead to a wealth of wealth, a wealth of abundance here. This large shift as the turtle flew out of my hand to your angel here. You are going to see a pretty profound shift here in your wealth story. And then it has the angel here, your supporters from your loved ones. This is like they're holding up a banner, and it's made with love, and we started with a made with love charm. So your loved ones are letting you know that it is going to connect back with your passion center here. You are going to feel prosperous and abundant and happy and joyful. So change in perspective, but there's a judgment here. I feel more in like celebration, not necessarily like a judgment, but I'm leaning into sort of this, the phoenix rising, right? The transformation, the success you had in swinging around here, right? And changing your perspective. We saw that here. As soon as you change your perspective and realize that you are attracting now, we saw that here, you're attracting now, you're in an attracting energy. You can now jump over this barrier. You're ready to go. So I think it's going to come down to this opportunity. Once you shift that energy, once you have this major shift in energy, because it's pretty impactful. And I just realized, I'm coming down to the camp sign here, I just realized I skipped that charm. Maybe that's why they're bringing me down there. Maybe that's the shift in energy, but it's a dream or wish coming true. And the camp sign is upside down, but I did that because I didn't want it pointing at the emotional space. I wanted it to leave it pointing to the wish or dream coming true. So that's the sense of direction, right? We were saying something profound was coming in. You need to know that it's happening. And I said it's not really judgment for a wealth reading. Like I want to rule out a court case or any kind of financial application, like a decision in that sense. But I feel more like universal energy reward. You know, you put in the time and you had the realization through this period, oh, I need to shift my mindset. This is a learning opportunity, so I'm going to gather all my experiences and see them for the value that they are, right? See them for what they are. So that was a huge change in your energy that led to this. So it's like a universal reward, right? The wish coming true. We saw this here. Abundance is coming to you now. Your universe is coming into you now because you were able to acknowledge what you've lived so far was opportunity to learn, accept, and move forward, right? The big profound aha moment you're having here. Virgo had a similar aha moment here in terms of achieving and unlocking their fulfillment, getting back to the made with love, the passion, your true fulfillment here. So let's connect in August and see where your aha moment, your shift in mindset and energy leads you in accepting your gift here, your financial reward, your abundant reward from the universe. Your dream coming true, your wish coming true.